This afternoon we covered the topic of principles in prayer, and we covered the idea that prayer needs to begin with faith. The scripture that we utilized was in Mark chapter 11, verses 22 through 24. And this is the parable, or the story. It's not a parable, but it's the story of Jesus cursing the fig tree. And we're going to pick up from the next day after the fig tree was cursed and pick up and see what Jesus had to say about what happened. In verse 20, it says, "In the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up by the roots. And Peter, remembering, said to him, 'Rabbi, look, the fig tree in which you cursed has withered away.' So Jesus answered and said to him, or to them, 'Have faith in God. For assuredly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be removed and be cast into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes those things which he says will be done, he will have whatsoever he says. Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask, when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you will have them.'" We brought up the fact that Jesus, when it says have faith in God, some translations say have the God kind of faith, or have faith like God has. And Jesus described this kind of faith as speaking to things and believing that you receive, or whatever things you say, that they're going to come to pass. And then he applied that to prayer, and he said, "Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe you receive them, and you shall have them." And we talked about natural human faith is always believes, I'll believe it when I see it. In other words, I have to have some kind of natural, tangible evidence to believe that whatever I believe is going to actually come to pass. I need to see it to believe it. Just like Thomas had said to Jesus, or to the other disciples when they said that they had saw the Lord, he said, "Well, only if I can put my hand in his side and put my finger to the nails in nail hole in his hand, only then I will believe." In other words, he was looking for tangible evidence of the resurrection of the Lord. He didn't believe it just from the testimony of the other disciples. And that's natural human faith. Natural human faith is I will believe it when I see it. Prove it to me. I need the tangible evidence, naturally speaking. And the God kind of faith is, Jesus said, believe that whatever things you say will come to pass, because this is the way that God does things. He created by the words of his mouth. He created the heavens and the earth. He believed that the words that he spoke would come to pass. And then apply that to prayer. Believe that whatever things you ask for when you pray, believe that you receive them before you see the tangible evidence of your prayers, of your answered prayers. Believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. Then we went into 1 John chapter 5 and verse 14 and 15, and John said this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. And if he hears us, we know that we have the petitions that we ask from him. And that this confidence that we have in him. And so we talked about having confidence in God, having faith in God. We talked about that without faith, Hebrews 11:6, it's impossible to please him, because we must first of all believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. We also went into the Gospel of John chapter 15 and talked about abiding in him. Jesus said, "If you abide in me and my words abide in you, whatsoever things you ask for when you pray, that you will have them. For by this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, showing yourself to be my disciples." So that, in a nutshell, is what we covered in a much more detailed way in this afternoon's Bible study. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I hope that you either tune in via Zoom or most importantly, if you're in the Corpus Christi area, that you come in when we have Bible studies either by the pool here in Encore Crossings or in our apartment. We'd love to be able to see you. Have a blessed day.